I can barely count. I think we won 4-0. I was doing the thumbnail. I was doing the update. I was doing the title for the video. I had us down at 3-0. I had to hurriedly change it to 4. If you haven't watched it, you're in for a treat on Match of the Day, and you're in for a bit of a treat now. There's my phone. It's going absolutely mad at the moment because everybody is in a very, very good mood. Irvine in, says the hashtag on my chat there. Does that also mean Moyes out? What a fantastic game that was. Look, I'll tell you what, lap it up, enjoy it. We can all go to work tomorrow with a spring in our step because it is not too often that we beat anybody 4-0. Well, actually, we did Bournemouth last season, but who's counting? But to beat a team like Wolves 4-0 is absolutely remarkable. And let's face it, we played them off the park. They were completely void of ideas come the end of that game. In fact, they were void of ideas during the middle of the game and the start of the game. I actually wrote down some notes here. I don't think they had a serious shot, a serious threat on our goal until 44 minutes. Let me know if I got that wrong. I don't think I have. Let me take you through the story of the game and what a wonderful story it is. And it's a real one. It's not even a fairy tale. James Gunn's just donated in the chat. Thank you very much indeed, James. I hope you enjoyed that, mate. We had a little chat in the build-up, myself and James as well. James wasn't too optimistic, and let's be fair, not too many of us were. But tonight, we were very, very good. It's almost like a different West Ham. I say a different West Ham. Actually, when you look at it, it was only really Newcastle that we were pantsing. Before that, we finished last season strongly. I thought we played well against Arsenal, and we certainly done well in the cup games. And you know what? I'm now looking forward to Wednesday, but we will deal with Wednesday on Wednesday. Let's deal with Sunday today. I thought it was a bit of a cagey start. I thought we were feeling each other out, if you pardon the expression. There were no chances for either team after 13 minutes. And then something very, very wonderful happened because there seemed to be a tussle between Willy Bolly, who I rate highly as the Wolves centre-half, by the way, and Mikel Antonio. Now, they were sort of left in a pile and a bundle on the floor, but Bolly had very much taken Antonio down. So the foul was awarded to us. It was a little bit confusing at the time whether the referee had waved play on and played advantage or not. But we found out afterwards he'd actually blown. Paolo Thorne was very quick thinking, looked at the referee, said, "Do you mind if I take it quickly?" He did take it quickly. And he played the ball straight away to Jared Bowen. And when Jared Bowen received the ball, all I can say is if you've not seen the goal yet, I thought he was almost like in a Yarmolenko position, if you like. And at the point, I was thinking, oh, we could really do a Yarmolenko here. Well, I'll tell you what Bowen did. Bowen did a bloody good impression of Andriy Yarmolenko. He teased the defenders. They sort of backed off a little bit. And he progressed into the box, by which time they didn't want to touch him at all. And he curled the ball in with his left foot, Yarmolenko style. Wonderful. Great goal. 1-0 up. But even at that point, and I'll tell you what, we were starting to look good. After that, the next 10, 15 minutes, we were really good. But you know what it's like being a West Ham fan? I'm struggling to believe at this point because we are eternal pessimists. And to be fair, we've earned that badge of honour, haven't we? There was a lot of excellent defending by West Ham. And I don't mean last-ditch defending. We stopped them getting at us. I thought Declan Rice, whilst he didn't have his best game, he stopped Neves from playing, which obviously is going to be quite important. I think we were making a lot of good tackles, a lot of good interceptions. Bowen was tracking back and working really hard. Masuaku was playing well. Cresswell and Masuaku were doubling up on Adama Traore there. And I mean, literally, they took him off. He was bloodied. He was bruised at the end. They took Traore off. It had no joy. None of the Wolves players had any joy. Balbuena, I mean, there's an interesting subject. I've got so much to get through, but I'm trying to rush through it because there is literally so much to discuss. I wonder if David Moyes, from the comfort of his sofa today, would have had the opportunity to see the real Balbuena, the Balbuena that we know, the General, so to as his moniker goes by. His name's not Monica. The General is his moniker, of course. Did David Moyes have a chance to have a look at that from the comfort of his sofa and think, actually, this is not a bad centre-half here? Because I tell you what, thought he was brilliant tonight. I'd be very, very interested to know what you lovely people thought about that as well. Thorne was blasted over the bar when he had an open goal at his mercy. Again, the pessimist in me is thinking, oh, no, you can't waste those chances. Even a commentator said, West Ham going to rue that mistake. we didn't. Oh, no, no. So lots of attacking from West Ham. And basically, Wolves' first proper chance came, I thought, after 44 minutes. And you know, when they're attacking on 44 minutes, you're thinking, no, 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 you just, again, you know what's going to happen next. But it didn't happen next. We came out for the second half. I found something very interesting. Against Arsenal, when they had the ball in defence, we would sort of press them for 5 or 10 seconds and then back off. If we didn't get the ball quickly, we'd then back off. We didn't seem to be pressing the Wolves' backline. So clearly there was a different tactic going on. And we were happy to let them have the ball and say, well, come on, break us down. Well, they couldn't break us down. And I tell you what, we were springing a counter-attack after counter-attack on them. You'll look at the stats today, you will not see that we had much possession at all. It didn't matter. We weren't playing a possession game. We were playing a counter-attacking game. Ryan Fredericks went off after 48 minutes. I thought that was a little bit of a worry because we didn't see the Ben Johnson we've seen in the cup games straight away. Ben Johnson in the cup games, I thought, was liberated. He played with freedom. He played with adventure. I thought he was nervous today when he came on. And again, I was thinking the worst. I have no need to fear the worst at all. Very shortly after 2-0. This was really, really interesting because, as I mentioned for the first goal, Mikel Antonio completely destroyed Willy Bolly. Well, Connor Cody, of course, has been called up to the England squad. Do you know what? This time it was Cody's turn to get destroyed by Mikel Antonio. The ball was played down the wing. He created a race. He beat Cody to the ball, and then he basically turned him inside out. But he was waiting. He had been so quick, Antonio, by this point. He was waiting for support. And what happened was Paulo Fornals, obviously being slightly slower than Mikel Antonio, was bringing up the rear. If you pardon the expression, Mikel Antonio crossed the ball to Fornals, who probably was about 17, 18 yards away from the goal. He crashed a shot, a low shot, against the post. It rebounded out, and the first person to pick up the scraps was Jarrod Bowen. 2 goals for Bowen today. And all I can say is he just worked his socks off again. And in many respects, an unremarkable performance from him. But this is what you get for his hard work, his endeavour. And when it needed it, he had the technique and he had the skill to take the goals. He also had the positioning. 2-0 up. Dare we dream? We do, because we then went 3-0 up. If you're looking at the thumbnail for this, I'm holding all my fingers up. I was very, very confused and very excited at the time. 3-0. Thomas Souček. Now, let's be fair. Apparently, the Premier League panel or whoever have chalked it off. They've given it to Jimenez, right? Not me, not me. This is my video. I make the rules. I'm giving it to Souček. And he's in my fantasy league team, to be fair. But I'm not sure that's a bona fide and authentic scoring system. But Cresswell took a corner. We got a corner. We're dangerous from these set plays. We'd had a corner just before. And we got the coach now, Paul Nevin. I'll just tell you this. Paul Nevin is our set piece coach. If you remember, under Gareth Southgate, when England were taking those wonderful set pieces and we looked a real threat with Harry Maguire in there, it was Paul Nevin that was a set piece coach then. We have him now. And I tell you what, it shows. Every time we get a corner, every time we get a free kick, we look a threat. This was no different. Cresswell swung the ball over. Absolutely beautiful. Souček, you know where he was because you've seen Souček play for West Ham. He was at the near post. He keeps going to that post. We knew where he was. Cresswell knew where he was. Wolves should have known where he was. He was allowed to drift into space. He glanced a header, just like that, by the way, at the goal. It got a deflection of Jimenez, but let's be fair, it was going towards the goal anyway. That was 3-0. 3-0 to West Ham. Now, at this point, by the way, Wolves have completely lost interest. They've taken Traore off. As I say, he was bloodied and bruised. And Masuaku and Fornals on a number of occasions had doubled up on him. Thou shalt not pass. There was no way through for Traore. And we needed to do that. Bearing in mind what had happened on the last time that we played Wolves. And let's be fair, Traore had done a bit of a number on Aaron Cresswell in particular. Well, Aaron Cresswell was at left centre-back in this game. And it was actually left out for the wide defending to be done by Masuaku and to be done by Paulo Fornals. And they did a remarkably good job. He was pulled off, not in that way, that's disgusting, isn't it? But he was taken off by his manager. And then what happened was they brought on this new wonder kid. His name's Silva. They paid £35 million for him from Porto, apparently 18 million. What I really liked when he came on, clearly he's a player of some promise. You don't pay that sort of money if a player is not good. But what I really liked was we hit him hard. I know it ain't nice and it's a darker art of the game, but we had 3 players who seemed to take it in turns to hit him hard. And actually, he thought, do you know what? I can't be bothered with all of this. And we seemed to kick him out the game a little bit. It's what you got to do. You know what? He'll learn, but today wasn't a game that was ever going to be fruitful for him. In the end, you felt that Nuno Espirito Santo was just taking off all of his players, as many as he could anyway. Neves wrapping him in cotton wool, bloodied and bruised, will take off Traore. He was just taking these players off and putting on players who basically hadn't played for Wolves before. He conceded the game at 3-0. And I'll tell you what, good team Wolves, excellent club, by the way. But as a West Ham fan, and as we've suffered for such a long time, quite frankly, I was pleased to see him with their tail between the wolf with its tail between its legs was very, very pleasing, I've got to say. So they backed off. There were some substitutes were made in the 86th minute. Obviously, we were. I'm not going to complain about substitutions at all. By the way, you know what? Whatever they did today worked. I just found it funny. At 86 minutes, Noble came on for Bowen, who deserved all the praise he gets. Haller came on for Antonio. Actually, he deserves. Everybody deserves all the praise, of course. Haller came on, and I was literally setting up the camera, setting up the laptop, setting up all the lights. Which sorry, there's a bit too much glare on these lights to get ready for this video. I'd even put 3-0 in the title of the video, and then what happens? Masuaku, who's had a good game, by the way, eh? You never thought you'd hear me say that, would you? Masuaku's had a good game today. He crossed the ball, a delicious cross, not his first one of the game, by the way. And Sebastian Haller directed his header down. They always say head it down towards the floor and then up. A perfect header from a very, very good target man. We know what we've got there from a player in form. Let's just talk about Haller slightly. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you've got a lot of videos to watch today, and you've all got got work tomorrow and things to do tomorrow, and we've got more videos coming up on this channel. Tom and Charlie are going to be doing their review. Probably Mike sending a video, possibly Tom, Jazz. There's lots of videos on the forum channel. We've got Becky sending in the video as well. So I'm going to let you go and watch those videos. But I just want to have a little word first on a couple of players. Sebastian Haller. I was a little bit worried at the start that him not getting in the starting 11 might be a little bit demotivating for him. If you look, I can't remember what goal. I think it might have been our third goal. When we scored that goal, some of the players were warming up. Haller, you could see, was really pleased that Souček had scored. It wasn't head bowed or anything like that. They looked like a cohesive unit. They looked like a bunch of mates. He looked pleased that one of his mates had scored a goal. Absolutely wonderful. Really, really pleased with that. I'm just going to go through a couple of individual players now. I'll be doing the full player ratings on our Patreon channel, which will be going up tomorrow morning. I'll try and give you a man of the match. I need to give myself a minute to think about it, really, because I do think it's a tough one. Antonio, no goals today. Didn't stop working. I just felt he obliterated their centre halves. Was certainly Cody, Bolly. There's another defender. I think his name was Viagra. He was looking very floppy by the end after Antonio finished with him. I can tell you that. I thought that Masuaku was really, really good. Just such a better player at left wing back than he is at left back. Declan Rice, not his best, but as I say, didn't give Neves a kick. Balbuena, the general good performance from Balbuena today. I'm not going to. We'll deal with that in another video about what happens with other centre backs coming in and transfers and stuff like that. I would say this much though. I think Balbuena possibly gave David Moyes food for thought today. Ogbonna was his usual. Yes, Foshizi, I did say Viagra. That was a defender's name, right? Viagra. Looked a bit stiff, I thought. Anyway, particularly when Bowen was running at him. Let's just go look at that. Ogbonna, fantastic again. Cresswell, better than he has been. Actually, I don't know why I curled my lips up then and did a little face. Cresswell had a good game today. Fornals just doesn't stop working, and it was Fornals' bright thinking and quick mind that created the first goal. And the first goal, as it is in any of these games, is just key. It's absolutely pivotal. We call him Paulo Fornals. I call him the fornicator. You call him El Fornicador. You probably don't, but you know what I mean. He was wonderful today. Fair play. That's why he was in the team. And I've got to be honest, I suggested dropping him today. Shows how much I know. Jarrod Bowen. What can I say that I haven't said before about this player? I think he's a 7.5 out of 10 for everything. passing, for speed, for dribbling, for shooting. But he's got a 10 out of 10 for determination, a 10 out of 10 for work rate, and he just does not stop. And because his determination, because his work rate is so good, it makes his ability of sort of 7.5 into a 10. I'm so pleased that we've signed this player. I really am. Another word for Thomas Souček, who just keeps on getting into the box. Bit like Viagra, really. He just kept on moving, kept on getting into the box time and time again. He scored one, according to me. My adjudication panel has awarded him the goal. As far as Sky or Premier League, they don't matter. But he could have had another goal before that as well. I just think this is a really... it feels good. Look, we've been miserable for long enough, folks. So let's just enjoy what is left of our Sunday, and perhaps we go into work tomorrow with a spring in our step, which is more than we said, by the way. I think for Adama Traore, who may be carrying some bruised muscles, certainly a bruised mouth and a bruised ego, because it just didn't happen for him today. Don't let anybody tell you. People will say, because every time we win, people say, "Oh, that was a poor team that we faced." But we played well against Arsenal last week. I was a poor Arsenal. People say it's a poor Wolves today. Look, there was enough. We've had enough good games behind us since lockdown last season and this, that actually, when we win, we deserve to win. Today, I'll say it, was a thrashing. Today, we thrashed Wolves, and Wolves are a really good team with some really good players and an excellent manager. Today, we were better. Does that mean that David Moyes stays on his sofa? Well, he's got another, I think he might have another 2 games on his sofa. Definitely Everton, possibly Leicester next week. I'll tell you what, I was bricking it about Leicester next week. Was not looking forward to that at all. I'm still not looking forward to it, but I feel a little bit better about it. Because you know what? Leicester will actually be looking at our win today and thinking, not really the West Ham that we wanted to face. We'll be looking to face them with a spring in our step. I've got to leave you now with a man of the match. This is a tough one. Look, I'll probably get it wrong. Everyone will have their own ideas. How can you not give it to Jarrod Bowen with 2 goals? I think I want to give it to Balbuena. I want to give it to Antonio. I want to give it to Bowen, and I want to give it to Fornals for all very different reasons. Maybe I should. This is really tough. I think I'm going to give it. Sorry, someone's put David moist. David will be very moist today, sat at home on his sofa watching this. Did you see Stuart Pearce on the phone at the end? 86 minutes. What are you still discussing? He's probably on the phone. Says it's too late to do a sub, Gaffer. Oh, no more. I am going to award tonight's man of the match to. That's a drum roll, by the way. Let's go with the fornicator, El Fornicador. He just didn't stop. I thought he played a crucial role in 2 goals. We'll have more of the same. Thank you very much. Look, you've got millions of other videos to watch. It's match day. Everyone's uploading today. Please do enjoy it. Please stick to this channel. We've got more videos coming up on this channel tonight. Please pop over to the forum channel. The link is in the description below. Becky will be uploading very, very soon to give you her views. Thank you to Tom. Thank you to Charlie for doing the watch-along. Thank you to everybody else that contributed in that. Thank you for putting up with my ramblings for the past 19 minutes. Crikey. That's enjoyable though, right? I've enjoyed myself. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please do pop a like on it if you haven't done already. Subscribe if you're new to both channels. And I will see you all very, very soon.